Have you heard the claim that Social Security is going to go bankrupt?
Yes.
And do you know why Social Security is not bankrupt today?
No.
So it's immigrants that are keeping Social Security solvent. Undocumented people pay into Social Security through their I-10 numbers, and they don't take any benefits in return.
Right.
So they single-handedly, as a community in the shadows, are keeping this system of ours solvent. 5% of the entire armed forces are immigrants. These are people who can't even vote, but they are willing to lay down their lives for this country. And we have 7 million jobs that still need to be filled.
Right.
We have more jobs than there are workers in this country. And so my argument here, this claim that I'm making, is that by welcoming immigrants who want to contribute, who want to build their own American dream, they actually help benefit all of us and the entire economy.
I would agree with that, but I think this conversation is going in a extremely dangerous direction.
Okay.
100%. And I'll tell you why. So it's really easy to identify a problem.
Yeah.
But what's the solution? Let's talk about immigration. And I would agree.
Yeah.
They do make this country better. And I agree that huge welcome doormat and then locking the door.
Yep.
But okay, what's the process of people actually getting to the door in the first place?
Yeah.
What's going to be deemed fair? What's going to be deemed unfair?
Yep.
That's where that's what's going to, because any politician can say, yes, immigrants, good. Poor people should have money. It's like that. Okay, cool. But like, what does that process look like?
Well, and I want to talk about the specific solutions, but I do just want to acknowledge that both parties are not actually talking about welcoming immigrants and securing the border.
Right.
So I think the problem here is we don't have candidates or elected officials who are speaking to the giant middle ground where most Texans and most Americans are. Most people are pro-immigrant and pro-security. And so am I. To answer your question about what would comprehensive reform look like?
Yes.
A lot of people say immigrants should come here the right way. I agree. The problem is there's not really a right way anymore. There's not even a line that moves at any real pace. There are people who have applied to be here who have waited 20, 30 years. Some people have died before they got a response back. That's not a line. If we want a real line, it has to be a fast-moving line. Okay. We've got to prioritize people who are going to fill the jobs that need to be filled. Okay. And we want to prioritize people who are actually claiming asylum and who need safety. Okay. Those are the groups in my mind that need to be prioritized. But we're never going to be able to process those folks unless we have enough immigration judges, unless we have enough border patrol, unless we modernize the ports of entry. 93% of the fentanyl that comes into this country comes through the ports of entry. It doesn't come over the Rio Grande.
Right.
It comes through the ports. And we don't have the technology or the manpower to detect that fentanyl.